Hello guys, my name is Amit Sani and I welcome you to daily PIB videos, and these videos they come in the evening. In the morning the Hindu analysis videos they come both in Hindi and English language. And today is 26th of January, so it's a Republic Day, very important day. You see, it's more important than the Independence Day because having independence was a big thing, but the bigger thing was to maintain this independence, and Constitution is the thing that maintains that freedom that is given to us and that was hard earned, and this Constitution is the supreme document for the land of India. So at any cost we need to uphold this more than this country, its nation, its a feeling, its people. Everything comes secondary. First thing is this Constitution, because it is giving us the most important thing, that is our life, that is our rights, that is our way of living. So it is the supreme document. So for that, this Republic Day is very important. And now the pen drive courses by StudyIQ, you can call on these numbers and you can order them. You can ask any kind of doubts regarding that. These are going to be the biggest help in all these examinations. These are created by experts and selected people, so these are going to be the biggest help. Now the MCQs that I gave to you yesterday, Ionesco Harbour, as I told you, in the northern Andaman, Shibpur was the place where it was commissioned way back in 2001, and now it is totally commissioned as a Ionesco Harbour Indian Naval Station. So this option would be wrong because it is given as South Andaman here, and it is on the northern Andaman near the Cocos Island, which is of Myanmar. Okay. And it will counter certainly for China's presence in the Indian Ocean region, and for that it is going to keep an eye on the Indian Ocean region, and this base is going to be very crucial. But this is not the only aim, and warfare purposes are not the only aim for this. Multiple aims are there. They will also be important for these search and rescue operations, disaster management operations, and surveillance, and you see presence of China's that countering, and any kind of airport if it is about to come in the future, then it is going to create a platform for that also. So that's how the one only is the correct answer in this. Okay. Now next, Jan Shikshan Sansthan, as I told you, it used to come under the Ministry of HRD, but it was shifted under Ministry of Skill Development and Entrepreneurship because they wanted to bring this whole skill ecosystem of India under one ministry's aegis, and that is Ministry of this Skill Development and Entrepreneurship. That's important. So B is the answer here. Next, National Optical Fiber Network, NOFN. It's also called the BharatNet Project, and this BharatNet Project is by Ministry of Communication. Okay, they are joining all the Gram Panchayats of India with the broadband connectivity, so that these common service centers which are working and which are coming under the Ministry of Information and Technology and Electronics Ministry. So MIT is dealing with the CSCs, and the Ministry of Communication is dealing with the BharatNet Project or the National Optical Fiber Network Project. So A is the answer here. Next, President Secretariat's data. President of India graces nation's National Voters Day. It is celebrated on January 25th every year, and this time it was 9th National Voters Day, and it became much more important because this year is the election year for Lok Sabha. General elections are due in the month of May. So because we both are largest and most diverse democracy, as we all are, and this is the most vibrant democracy in this world, it becomes a role model for all other democracies because so diverse, so multifaceted the groups of people, okay, and the diversity is living in this one geographical territory, and that is almost impossible to even to imagine for other people. So it becomes a role model, and our Election Commission of India is one of the leading institutions that is making this dream true, and that is keeping this dream true. And a lot of allegations, a lot of issues are always coming, but it is dealing with them with all the efficiency. Now see, it is also giving training to other countries and their officials so that they can manage elections just the way India manages them. So that's why it's important. And regarding that, President mentioned, and no voters to be left behind. This is going to be the theme this year. Okay, so this is the National Voters Day, and it was very important. Ministry of Civil Aviation. They are talking about the Udaan's 3.0, means third bidding round. Bidding happened earlier also, first and second round, and those were very, very important, and it is one of the most successful schemes till now, because regional connectivity scheme was one of the most ambitious scheme of this Ministry of Civil Aviation, because the main aim was to get the common man of India as a participant in the airlines industry, and to bring them this particular habit so that they would fly, they would save their times. And this is a very, very ambitious ministry, very ambitious department, very ambitious industry, and it will take India to the next level. So it's one of the most advanced steps that we could take in this particular developing stage. And if we want to become the superpower, then this airline industry needs to be robust, and maximum participation is needed here. So this RCS scheme, or the Ude Desh Ka Aam Nagrik scheme, this is the most crucial one here. And you see, viable gap funding is being done for 10 years, starting 10 years, so that this airline industries and their these routes and their reserved seats and all these ecosystems, that is boosted, and anyhow it is becoming possible for India, so that we can come up to the level of developed countries. Okay, and we are so big a nation, then it's a great opportunity for us also to make a huge progress here in this area. Okay, now see, 235 routes are identified, and out of these 235, 189 are the RCS routes, where seats are reserved, and these ATFs and all, and they are exempted from these taxes and all. So all these supports are going on, and others are 46 tourism routes. And you see, these all are domestic routes. This scheme is only for the domestic routes, especially because Ude Desh Ka Aam Nagrik. You see, normally common man only flies for the international flights, whether he has some work to do for some health reasons or some other emergency. Otherwise, they don't fly. And now you see, it will become a habit for common people to fly because of this revolutionary scheme. And the Airport Authority of India, it is playing the most crucial role here. Now, as an implementing agency, it has been inviting these airline industries and all, and the bidding happened last year in the month of November, and December was the last date for these proposals and all. Okay, so round 3 is going on, and you see, main issue is of the greenfield airport and brownfield airports. What are these? When there is an area that is totally unserved, then there is no airport or nothing like that, no services going on, so they will start building new airports, and those will be called greenfield airports. And brownfield would those be where some kind of services are going on, some aerodrome and some airstrip is already there, it is working or not, or some kind of upgradation it is being done, then it would be called brownfield airport. Okay, so these things are being done under this particular scheme, or because it's a regional connectivity scheme, so regions and their balances is the main issue here. And you see, this time they are integrating the tourism routes, and seaplanes are also integrated this time, and northeast region is also going to be connected heavily with this particular bidding, third round which is going on. And you see, as I told you, Airport Authority of India invited interested bidders and airline operators, and all kinds of boost, all kind of exemptions which are needed, that are being given under this scheme. You see, many airports, this time 89 airports would be added. Okay, and out of these 89, 16 would be unserved, 17 would be underserved, and 6 would be aerodromes, and 50 served airports. So these 89 would be added in the RCS scheme, importantly. And 235 routes comprising 189 which are RCS routes, and 46 would be tourism routes. So tourism is a big boost this time in the third round, and it is the biggest one. It is the largest bidding round till date, third one. Okay, and in the Udaan 1, 13 lakh seats were created, and in Udaan 2, 29 lakh seats were created, and this time around 70 lakh seats would be created. 69.30 lakhs seats would be created under these RCS routes, which are going to be the concessional routes, and for these common people, their seats would be reserved in all these airline operations. Next data is regarding the Padma Awards. You see, Padma Awards started way back in 1954, and highest one in the Padma series is Padma Bhushan, after that Padma Bhushan, after that Padma Shri. So these are three important categories, and Padma Vibhushan is given to 4 people this year. Bhushan would be given to 14 people, and Padma Shri would be given to 94 people this year. And you see, Bharat Ratna, that is the highest civilian award for India, that would be given to 3 people, Pranab Mukherjee, Nanabai Deshmukh, and the Bhupen Hazarika, okay, the Assamese icon. So these 3 people are given Bharat Ratna. So that's the highest civilian award, and second highest civilian award is Padma Vibhushan. You see, and the important definition, if you go by it, then Padma Vibhushan is given for exceptional and distinguished service. Exceptional is the word added here. Padma Bhushan, only distinguished service for a high order, and third one, only distinguished service. So difference between Shri and Bhushan is this high order, that is added with the Padma Bhushan, and here exceptional is also added. Okay, so if they may ask you regarding these definitions and all, and you see 54 was the year when it was constituted, and interruptions were there for 1978, 1979, and from 1993 to 1997, when this economic liberalization phase was going on, and a lot of instability was there on the political scene of India. So those were the years when it was discontinued, but after that again it was continued. Padma Vibhushan would be given to these 4 people, and one among them is a foreigner related with the country of Djibouti, which is there in Africa. And Padma Bhushan would be given to 14 people, and 2 are foreigners, and one is given to posthumously to Kuldeep Nair, a very famous journalist and who died very recently. So he would be given Bhushan Award, Padma Bhushan. Next, Ministry of Power's data, the Saubhagya scheme, which is Sahaj Bijli Har Ghar Yojana. This scheme was launched in September 17 for the last mile connectivity, and the main aim was that every household in India would be electrified by 31st March 2019. And 2 days back it was a news that they have shifted their goalpost, and they are saying that 25 states would be totally electrified. Not all states are possible on 31st of March on 2019, but anyhow they are trying their best. And you see, this scheme is being implemented with the support of state power departments and state discoms. You see, one other scheme was there, that was UDay scheme, where UDay bonds were launched for the money raising from the market. So it was helping these discoms which were going with a lot of economic losses. So the UDay scheme was for the state discoms, and because of that only the state fiscal deficit rose very heavily for these states. It reached up to 24% combinedly. Okay, and you see, one other scheme was going on, Deen Dayal Upadhyay Grameen Jyoti Yojana. Okay, so in this particular scheme, most of these villages were electrified. The villages or the houses which were left, those are going to be electrified in the Saubhagya scheme, Sahaj Bijli Har Ghar Yojana. Okay, and the deadline is the 31st of March 2019. And you see, Saubhagya Rath, these are the campaigns run in the states where this vehicle would be going through all these villages. If any household is left electrifying, being electrified, then they are going to contact this van, and it will be availing them electricity connection. Okay, and one more free helpline number was also launched for this, and that was the thing. Next, Ministry of Health and Family Welfare data. No shortage of polio vaccine in the country. You see, 2 years back in April 2016, it was decided that the trivalent vaccine, oral polio vaccine, that is being given, that should be replaced with the bivalent oral polio vaccine, and that's a need. And the strategic advisory group of experts for immunization, that suggested WHO that we should move towards this shift, and this bivalent oral polio vaccine should be rolled out now. Now the issue was of the availability, the supply, that was troubled, and the supply of IPV, inactivated polio virus polio vaccine, its supply was also controversial, and you see a lot of informations appeared in the media houses that the supply is not enough for this IPV. So the government is giving this clarification now that there is no shortage of this vaccine or any kind of funds. We have procured all the bivalent oral polio vaccine, and this program is not going to be having any kind of problem, okay, because the national immunization days are coming, and thus as a normal routine these vaccinations would be run as a normal program. We saw one scheme, that was Indradhanush scheme for universal immunization, that is going on. And one more important thing, India is to be noted that India has eliminated polio already and as per global guidelines, but you see some countries are still affected with this, so we need to be careful. That's why these vaccinations are going on till now, and we have moved towards bivalent oral polio vaccine and the inactivated polio vaccine. That's important. And you see, India is also a Gavi eligible country. What is Gavi? Global Alliance for Vaccination and Immunization, and the headquarters is in Geneva, Switzerland. Okay, and India is eligible country under it, because some countries are there, the Gavi group, okay, it supports by supplying them vaccinations and all support. So here also there is not going to be any problem in the supply of the vaccine. And you see, if I tell you what is the vaccine is a prevention, it is not a cure, because a lot of disease like tetanus and other diphtheria and all, these are vaccine prevented disease, okay, VPDs. You insert the main disease causing, whether virus or bacteria, in an inactivated form, okay, in your body, and the body creates antibodies regarding that, but the virus is not able to create disease inside the body because it is inactivated. So in this inactivated form, when it is given, it is called a vaccine, okay. And you see a lot of disease are cured because of this vaccine. Not cured, but they are prevented, otherwise it would be a hell. And this antibody, they are having a kind of memory. In future, if this kind of infection would appear, then this body can easily fight with the infection, okay. So that's the vaccination issue. And regarding polio, we have done the biggest achievement in the history of health sector of India, and this Gavi alliance is very, very important here. So they may ask you regarding this Gavi alliance, okay. Now the MCQs, try these MCQs, put their answers on the comment section. If any kind of confusion if you find, then you can contact me. And this is the Facebook ID of mine, and this is the group where I upload all these PDFs daily, and for both PIB and Hindu analysis videos. So thanks a lot, keep watching. It was Amit Sani.